Alright guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So this is a very important video. We can see everything going on with Iran and Israel. Also our global market took a dump. Yeah. I want to stress out the global market first before we get into the Iran and Israel debacle. War's coming. Now, there should be some pop-up here for you guys. U.S. stock market sees biggest daily drop in nearly 2 years. Now, they say in nearly 2 years. What I want to focus on is why the drop happened. So, U.S. stocks tumbled after markets rattled by reports of a slowing American economy. You know, you can only kick the can so far down the road and shove so much BS down the American people's throat about how great our economy is when we're seeing the price of inflation, seeing the price of gas, seeing the price of food, rent, electricity. Astronomical. All right, you can see where your wages aren't jack, but they don't mind taking extra taxes out of you and everything else. You just can't get a freaking raise. Our economy sucks, and now it's reflecting it. Slowing American economy recorded heavy declines in Asia and Europe. Here's what we know about the market meltdown. Stocks on Wall Street suffered their sharpest decline in nearly 2 years on Monday, tracking a global rut that has came to investors zeroed in on signs of slowing American economy. Monday dropped extended a sell-off that had begun last week after the U.S. job report on Friday that significantly showed slower hiring, with unemployment rising to its highest level in nearly 3 years. That deepens the fear the world's largest economy could be slowing sharply, and that the Federal Reserve may have waited too long to cut interest rates. Now, in this video, guys, I'm going to be discussing that you need to be getting food put back. You need to be getting supplies put back. You need to be working on ways of paying bills. I'm talking working extra jobs if you have to. If you got to swing 2 jobs, part-time jobs, whatever. You need to start putting some of that fiat currency back to pay the bills, because we're going to see outrageous prices at our grocery store. Power bills. It's crazy, the power bills. I mean, I live in town now, and I watched mine jump up $100 in a month. I'm not using much more power, but it jumped. Even car insurance. I got a perfect driving record, and my car insurance jumped up $30 a month. Yeah. Just boom. Hey, you know what? We decided they want to charge you more. Yeah. Everything's going up. The global markets are showing it. We will be feeling this. Now, I'm talking about worse than what we got now. Inflation is not going away. It's going to get worse. The jobs, all this talk from bumbling Biden about all these new jobs he's created. Man, what, a Taco Bell? Not creative jobs, nothing that you're working with your hands on, not anything that you're going to be supporting your family with. Or are they only tech jobs that the majority of Americans don't have the education for? What are these jobs? They never really break down exactly what these jobs are or where they're at. Makes you think. I'm telling you guys, get food put back. I don't care if it's, I always say first, Mylar, canned goods. If you want to go with the freeze-dried stuff, hey, go for it. Get supplies put back. You know, when the price of groceries go through the roof, yeah, you got food, all right? Rice, beans, pastas, flour, canned goods, meats. I'm looking over that way. Chicken, Spam, ham, pork, ground beef, turkey, green beans, corn, potatoes, carrots. I'm looking in my closet right there. That's one of our closets that was slapped full of food. But don't keep it all in one location either. One house fire, you lose it all. How do I know? 2012, I lost everything in my house. Got my kids out, got the dog out. All my preps that was in the house, gone. Because I had a crappy landlord that would not fix the electric, even though it was blowing fire out of the fuse panel every time it rained. Well, eventually, that's all it took. Now, moving on to Israel and Iran. Israel could preventively strike Iran. Intelligence shows attack is imminent. In other words, they believe that Iran's going to be attacking very soon. This was today. They will cut it off before it gets there, or at least strike first. So let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. In a meeting with PM, Prime Minister, defense officials weigh options, say preventive action only possible if there is absolute certainty that intelligence on Iran's intention is accurate. It says here, Israel would consider launching a preventive strike to deter Iran if it uncovered airtight evidence that Tehran was preparing to mount an attack. This is Hebrew media reported after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu conveyed Israel's security chiefs for a meeting on Sunday evening. Why? Well, Iran has vowed to retaliate for the killing of senior Hamas leader in Tehran last week in an attack which is blamed Israel. Scrolling through here, guys, of course Israel did it, and odds are had the U.S. help in that department as well. Less than a week after killing the top Hamas leader in Tehran and a top Hezbollah commander in Beirut, the entire Middle East is on edge. Fears of border regional war have been mounting, and vows of revenge from Iranian leaders and have left Israel in a state of deep uncertainty. When this happens, guys, and I'm not just talking about throwing a couple rockets, when it happens and it's going to be a major war, U.S. is getting involved. There's going to be boots on the ground. We're going to be doing air support. We're going, in my opinion, we're going to be seeing a lot with the global markets. Dealing with Iran, I believe they'll be trying to take out the oil fields, you know, their way of producing, which in turn, Iran with its Hezbollah, Hamas, all these guys will be attacking the rest of the Middle East. That's part of allies with America. Price of oil is going to go through the roof. We will be there, boots on the ground, when they start messing with the oil. Absolutely will. Kuwait, all that stuff, all over again. We'll be right there. Yeah, so you can get ready. Now, I mean, it's going to suck. It's going to suck as far as gasoline prices, electricity. If we go to a major conflict and it's other players get involved, I mean, they're even talking about Russia providing weapons to Iran. I mean, we provide weapons to Ukraine. We provide weapons to Israel. Of course they will. It's going to be big. Need to be ready for it. And I mean, have your house in order. I'm not saying we're going to be seeing anything on the front lines or anything like that here. Hey, who knows? There's so many undocumented people here. And I mean, they have slipped in here with no intention of ever getting citizenship. They came in here to learn where we got stuff so they can take it out. They're just waiting for an order. When that happens, it don't take much. We're doing videos on substations. Shoot, what was it, last year? 2 years ago? Where people were shooting up the substations? Yeah, it don't take much. Wreak havoc. You know, you do that in enough places and stuff, you just take down the grid. It ain't gonna be hard. What are you gonna do when you have no power? What are you gonna do when you can't go to the grocery store to buy anything? Which they're not set up the way they used to be. Everything's computerized. Their cashier box, the register, cashier box. Yeah. The register, ATMs, self-checkout, all this stuff. When power's out, it's not even just going to the store and buying stuff. Let's say that they did open up the store so you can buy stuff. How are you going to transport the supplies you need to go buy? How are they going to get that to the store? Odds are electric down, fuel's down. They're not trucking in anything. You think they're just going to magically fix everything? Nah. Now, if they just hit one little spot, sure. We'll be rough for maybe a month. But what if multiples hit all over, crippling it? then what? You'll be happy to have rice and beans put back. You'll be happy to have camp stoves with propane to cook your own food. Now, I will say this much, there will be a lot of people cooking outdoors. There will, especially power out. Dear God, you do not want to be trying to cook with no air condition here down here in Florida, not inside. You may do it outside. For those that I'll just fish and all that stuff, hey, you know what? I caught a fish the other day. It's the only one I caught. Yeah. And I've been fishing my whole life. So, but you plan to fish and hunt and everything else. So, well, maybe if you're in a good location, you might be able to get away with it for a while till the masses start moving up that way too, looking for food. And you can't fight them all off. You just can't. I mean, people think they can, but you can't. So let's say they overfish the area, overhunt the area. Animals are smart. They know if they're being hunted out, they migrate and they get out of there. Get supplies put back. We go to war over this, and we will. I shouldn't say if, when we get drawn into this. And I shouldn't even say get drawn into it because it's planned. We never wanted to leave over there. Sure, American citizens did. We didn't want to be over there. Our politicians didn't. The military-industrial complex does not want to give that up. They want to be there. How much money they make? This ain't over. I hope a draft never comes again. Vietnam was one thing. I hope it never comes back. Mainly because, could you imagine the people that's being drafted? Most kids today, I shouldn't just say kids, people, have every form of ADHD. And seriously, you got ADHD, you're not joining the service. So probably not going to be able to draft any of them. So what are they going to do? They're going to go up the next caliber up of people that's not sitting there going, well, I have this problem, I have that problem, I got this, I got that, and grab them. The tradesmen that you have, hard workers, they're the ones going to get drafted. And that's little dipshits that got all their little problems. They're not going to get drafted. Not the little rich kids. It's going to be you and me. Yeah, I'm 45. Do I expect to get drafted? I hope not. I already served my country. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, what are they going to do? Put old purple hairs up there? They can't even figure out what gender they are, let alone how to survive in combat and fight the enemy. I mean, seriously, I was munitions in Air Force. All right, I work in an ammo dump. I would not trust these morons to assemble a Sidewinder missile. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even trust them to unpackage flares. I wouldn't. We're screwed. There we go. We're screwed. What you need to do, make sure you are preparing for your family because they're gonna rely on you. They're gonna need you. That's what you got to do. You have to get ready for your family. If your family's not on board, do it anyway without them. Because they're going to be coming. They're going to need your help. When this shit happens, no one wants to see their family members starving to death, even though they're freaking wouldn't listen to you. I know there will be some that say, well, they should have, blah, blah, blah. Hey, whatever. If that's the route you're going to go for it. I can't watch my family starve. No way. And this is what's going to get a lot of people and preppers killed, and most people killed during shit hits the fan. Because they didn't prepare, their family's hungry, and you know what? There might be possibility that guy down the road might have food. I saw the comments for over the years about gray man prepping and buying extra baggy clothes so that you look like you're losing weight and stuff like that. Even if they think that there's a possibility you might have food, they will be coming. They will come for it. They'll need to get food for their kids. If you're in the way, They'll do what they have to take you out. And for the Rambos, let them try. Bring it on. Shit's the fan. Wolverines! Shut the... I get frustrated with some of the stupid stuff I see. And unfortunately, it's a lot with some of the people I talk to. These are the ones, when they come into my survival training course, it's basic survival. It's tough. Sure it is. But boy, they talk a huge game. When it comes to hiking with the gear, rocking it out, having to perform exhausted, all I hear is complaining and bitching about how tough, how hard. I'm like, you know, during Shit's the Fan, you think it's going to be easy, a cakewalk? And I've had the comments from these people. Not all. I've had really good students, and I've had some that were like, well, I'll just shoot them 1,000 yards out. 1,000 yards out. That's one long, clear sight. Quit playing Xbox. Get out in the field, start training. Get ready for it, guys. Speak to y'all later.